Is the beginning
that
of another.
unless
They do.
because no, we still don't know where the Esmeralda will go.
You're right. You're right. They do?
They do with a question mark.
With an ellipsis too. Like, you're still quite uncertain. It's Coach Master, the basics in Dexstar, leaving Etomax and Hito thinking, where is this gonna go? You're gonna have to reveal your cards first before we take on ours.
Yeah.
And the Hilda, quite straightforward are the Yusun-Shin and the Hilda, or maybe not, because there were times where we saw the Hilda come up in the XP lane, and there goes the Khalid and the Lunox to wrap up the composition. So this could mean ellipsis again, because the Khalid and the Hilda's interchangeable. My goodness, these two coaches, man.
Yeah, and where do you want to put the Esmeralda if there's a Lunox in the opposing team? Okay.
All we can do is laugh at this point. Even our brains are getting twisted, bro.
No, because if we're looking at the traditional marksman,
that I'm still alive.
what
We are
traditional
looking at
marksman?
traditional marksman. It's been a while since we saw this guy. There were some recommendations from all of the analysts that Brody's going to be appearing sooner or later. And now he's making his debut in the playoffs.
A Brody, and I was not able to confirm where or what the goal lane is actually going to be for
I think you have time now.
TNC. Okay, it is the CC goal. The Brody against the CC goal.
And Hilda working against Esmeralda. Again, I think that's a pretty good matchup for Edward. So Aurora, they have a way to close this out and book their ticket towards the upper bracket finals. Guys, we can't wrap our head with the two lineups that we have. Nice Uleo, man. We're just gonna give it to you guys. Take it away, boys.
Hey, we're trying to wrap our heads around it too, but I'll tell you that, man, it is wonderful to see where the meta has evolved, devolved, revolutionized, basically, too, in the entirety of MPL Philippines Season 16. Oh, whoa, and I'm all for it.
Hey,
Mamba.
that was a close call. Edward, barely alive, forcing Light to drop that Revitalize. Welcome to Game 4.
Yeah, I guess that's how the whole series has gone. That right there, that little preview is how this series has felt, man.
Yep.
Again, TNC to be able to go ahead and take Aurora into some... Whoa, and goodbye, Edward. First blood for TNC.
They started something, they're going to finish it.
They are going to finish it, man. I guess Edward wasn't ready for that, too. He even used the flicker, but... You know, that's the thing. You got to give it up for TNC. They've been able to go ahead and give the #1 seed, Aurora, a run for the money so far here. Already into this. Now, Benny Cutie could be in trouble. He pops the Vengeance. Is he going to be able to get away from this?
Demon Kai and Domin Kai want to take him down. That Brody gets a kill. The only other Brody in MPL Philippines Season 16, if I'm not mistaken, is on Kelra.
Kelra.
He won with it too.
Okay, so that's, yeah, it was at picked once, 100% win rate for the Brody right now. And also that goes, that early kill goes over to Domin Kai in the lane against the CC. I think it's going to give him even more of an advantage to work with. So I'm wondering if TNC will eventually put some of the focus over on that gold lane to keep from Domin Kai just having a heyday over there against Benny Cutie CC.
You were here, taking quite a bit of hits. Lancey has just been a monster on this Lunox. Maybe only second to Sanji, who's already waiting in the upper bracket finals.
They are, and that's what these teams want to be fighting for. And again, this Flying Clouds will bring you away back to the fight very quickly. Again, you didn't see too much of an impact from it from the previous game, except for Chaknu dying, but it looks like TNC will just get themselves a turtle. Light's in trouble, pops to Revitalize. It's gonna be fine, but I think TNC wants to put pressure on the purple now.
Oh yeah, Zaida did not use the retribution in the turtle, and they're gonna take down Edward. TNC rolling over Aurora, just as Aurora finally clench a win in Flying Clouds. In the previous game. Here TNC remind them, look, it's your kryptonite.
It's your kryptonite, man. There's something about these Flying Clouds
that Aurora don't like.
That Aurora does not like. Oh no, Chaknu, he should be able to get away, but is there any flickers forward?
And Domin Kai looking to finish the job. Torn apart memory, fade away.
I guess the sands aren't enough to help you from having your memories torn out of you, man. You know, it's always the fadeaways with the Brodies. I always say, I never get tired of seeing that. You know, they get the marks off, little fadeaway, torn apart memory. So they put themselves back in a position. You got to mind it too. Dominkite with 2 kills on this. We know how a Brody likes to scale up. Is it still the first item, Blade of Hephaestus for the Brodies?
It's gotta be. We'll see in just a bit when we get an item check leading up to the second turtle. And
okay, it is. He's already got it.
Yep. See how quick that is?
Yeah, locked in. So he is a threat. Locked in. And that's going to be a little bit troublesome for TNC to deal with. Again, they want to fight into this Edward. We'll get Mount Shocker.
Oh my God, Zaida threw that bolt right at Edward. And just in time, Edward was able to run away, use that damage reduction underneath Tier 1 to try and stop the bleeding. Yet he's died twice already in under 3 minutes.
Yeah, and they're going to have to do something about Dominkite, like I said. But this has been how the whole series has been. Every single part of the map, something's happening. You know, TNC is either giving Aurora, Aurora's going on the other end against TNC. But where we are now is the second turtle coming up. So we're gonna spawn here in a couple seconds here. So don't, for Demonkite, he'll have to get in position. Zyno working down in this bottom lane, this XP lane, to go ahead and keep Edward there. But this is the thing, they have control. Chaknu's gonna wait patiently. He's got the Raging Sandstorm. Charge up here from Light, he's gonna go for it.
They dumped on 3 more. And there's the Raging Sandstorm. You were able to blast away. Zaida secures the turtle. And it's the same story. TNC, they are relentless. Look at how deep they are. They find Demonkite, throw out that boat. Thorn Bros, Demonkite survives.
They're so deep here with the flying clouds. They're able to bring Light back to the fight. Is he going to charge with the taunt?
They're going again. In comes Edward. You are blasting away. Light gets taken down. 3mar walks away with just about 2 HP.
Again, it's these flying clouds, man. It gives you that sense of, okay, guys, let's go, full send it. But then the 3mar doesn't go down. It just seems like Aurora wanted that kill. They're not able to capitalize on it. So again, a second turtle, 2 for 2 now for TNC, under their control.
1,200 gold.
Wow.
1,200 gold between Dominkite and Benny Cutie. That is the one shining beacon for Aurora to hold on through the early game. At least their Brody doing fine.
He's going stacks. He's going to go for the stacks here. As long as you take care of Dominkite, if you're Aurora, they should be okay. So if you're TNC, you're starting to put the focus there.
Uh-oh.
And I think that's what they want to do. Look at this. Look at the protection that Dominkite's going to have.
Bodyguards.
Bodyguards for him.
Oh!
Uh-oh.
Gets hit by the Mountain Shocker there.
Good push for Benny up top, though. He knows that this is the focus right now, so I might as well go get a turret myself. Benny has been left to himself over on that top side.
Yep, but that doesn't fix the truth of the matter that Dominkite is still way ahead. Despite TNC being up by 1,000, the Mamba pressed the conceal. Light didn't intercept him. No dice. Aurora may have just stopped what could have been another Phoenix Flash.
Yeah, I guess it's a lot easier for them to deal with, at least for right now. Again, a Khalid can still do that, like what we saw in the hands of Chaknu with the Grok here. But you're seeing it, man.
Zaida's hyper farming.
He's hyper farming.
He's doing it, man. He's like Sonic. Gotta go fast.
Gotta go fast. That's what you do on the YSS. We've seen what happens if you fall behind on the YSS too. It's not fun.
It's miserable.
It's miserable at this point. And Lancelot too. Oh, hold on. Whoa.
The Phoenix Flash coming in from the back line as Chaknu commits the Raging Sandstorm. Yue looking for a spot to pull the Phoenix away from this turtle. They do get the reset, and look at this collapse coming in from TNC. 3mar finally goes down as Dominkite finds him with a torn apart memory that could seal of their own. Light sends him forward. The shutdown by Zaida. 2 for 2. Yue falls. Zaida is a monster from out of this world. They take 3.
What a great way for TNC to take that fight. They actually baited Aurora thinking, hey, Dominkite got a kill. They're going to continue on to try to get more and more stacks for Dominkite. And it's TNC that utilized the lineup they have, that durability, and even the heals that Chaknu has for himself to bring Aurora and then punish them.
Oh my God, Demonkite!
How can he get away? He's
living on the edge against 3mar as an XP later.
Oh no, goodbye. Dominkite falls the second time.
How even? We didn't see it.
In what, the same spot even? It's deja vu.
And now they're denying Demonkite his purple buff. Look, they left a little baby.
Yeah, they're gonna leave that there, man. TNC is on something else. they're taking this game under control, man. I mean, it took them a little bit to get there, but also look, Benny has essentially caught up now. He's only, what, 200 gold behind? Instead of that, 1,200?
He's in good shape. In great shape, I'll tell you that. Aurora are down 3,000 gold, folks. All tier 1 turrets have fallen. The map is shrinking. I did not expect this kind of dynamic between the Yushin Shin and the Lancelot.
Yeah.
I could have sworn Demon Kai was going to be more proactive.
Yeah, there's something about it again, and maybe a sprinkle of that pressure comes from 3mar on the Hilda. You know, you're seeing it. Sometimes it's just him posting up on this side of the jungle of Aurora like he is right now. And you don't want to leave Demon Kite to his own because 3mar is enough to actually put pressure on that. So Aurora's almost in a position where it's like they've got to be together in their own right. They've almost got to be their own form of Ube for this game.
Hey, it's in their DNA. They have some parts of what was once Blacks International in their roster. Zaida pops that Mountain Shocker, keep tabs on all the members of Aurora. He knows that the coast is clear. This is going to be a free tier 2 turret push down bottom.
Very clean takes from TNC right now. They're not taking they're not overextending themselves. They're not getting a little overzealous or anything around these objectives. They're taking it slow and steady, all leading in to that first lord of the game. It's going to come up in a couple seconds here. They've got the position. We have to look at Aurora down this much. We've seen them do it previously, turn things around in their favor, but this one's a little more tricky. They'll try to set things up. Demon Kite might be able to survive a little bit longer now that he gets the brute force breastplate. So he's at least got that, but they start this lord up. Benny will be the one to do that. Zaida got his buffs that he needs. Same with Demon Kite. Are they going to come down to a retribution battle, or do they fight? Demon Kite gets a little bit of extra range with the Malefic gun, so they're in a position to contest.
If my opinion matters any, I think it has to be off of a fight. It's very rare that you'll see this kind of lineup go off of a free lord. They can't just yeet that big objective from out of nowhere. Yue obliges with a feathered airstrike. Down goes the lord. Zaida secures. Demon Kite falls. It's so hard to play as this Lancelot. Curtain Call just ruins so much of what a Lancelot does.
Even with the brute force, man, he tried to get into that position where he could go for the retribution, but just couldn't do it. Didn't get the space he needed, and like you said, it's the utility here from TNC's lineup that's stopping him in his tracks, and also just the zoning that's being done by Chaknu and 3mar. Holy Shield's gonna go down here. Lord making his way down this bottom side of Aurora. They're gonna have to defend. They're facing a big deficit. Feathered airstrike will help clear out some of the minions. But still, TNC dancing around them on the outside. They'll take the turret to below half. And they're still gonna go for these other shields as well as the tier 2 up top falls.
They have holy shields, and here it's gonna pop. They could have had a full minute of a little bit more protection, but TNC is just way too good at keeping their foot on Aurора's neck. Look at that back line. Chaknu finds Dominkai, forcing Light to use that revitalize. Down goes the Mamba. 3mar taking a little too much damage. And down he goes. Dominkai finds another fadeaway. 2 for free. Light traded out for. They're coming in. Zaida. He goes down. And Aurora kick TNC out of their base with a vengeance.
It was a fight that TNC decided to take it out.
A wipeout. The arena goes wild.
What just happened, Aurora? They just responded to what Chaknu went in for. He was trying to go for the Phoenix Flash. Well, then it turned into the Phoenix Wipeout.
That blew up in their face. That's exactly what that was. Aurora go on straight through mid, pop that inhibitor. They're inside the base. An inhibitor for an inhibitor.
In a matter of one team fight, they've nearly evened out the playing field. They still got to get 3 more turrets here to even out that in terms of TNC, but let's take a look at the replay. This fight, like I said, was started up by Chaknu. Goes for Dominkai, but Dominkai had enough space to work with. They take out Chaknu, and then it falls apart from there because they're fighting under that turret. They even get a couple of the battle spells out, but then it all falls apart even further as Aurora then gives the call. Guys, we got this. We can run them over, catch Lancey, catch everybody out that we need to. They already expended everything on a base turret. I'm surprised TNC decided to even do that.
If you look at a dictionary of MLBB and you look for the definition of full send, you would see an image of that sequence.
Yep, that was literally a full send right there. So what does that do? It completely dissipated any lead that TNC had. They still have a map advantage. I'll give them that. In some form or another, they've got a couple extra turrets down. The Lord is up here. They're in a position. But now Aurora has basically gotten themselves the confidence to bring it into a contest here for this one.
And the painful truth for Aurora fans watching is not a single objective went over to Aurora. So what makes this Lord any different? They try to corner Benny Cutie. 3 more dancing around with Edward.
Oh,
they catch Dominkite. The AOG. He dances. He pops in the wind of nature. The Lord stolen away by Dominkite. Chaknu falls. 1 for none. It's all for Aurora.
Everything that could go wrong for TNC happened in that exchange, and everything that went right happened for Aurora. Dominkite survived with the flicker and the wind of nature, plus light being there for him.
If you see the player cams, you see such a heavy sigh from the Mamba. It's the same issue as in Game 3. Deep into the late game, he just seems to run out of gas. They got a Lord with them. Feathered airstrike from you. Aurora coming in for full 1,000 gold ahead. They might have forced the issue. Zyda sends him away. Look at 3 bar from the back line. The Phoenix Flash coming through. UFOs. Down goes Lancey. Dominkite doing his darkness.
Okay, still alive.
So much damage. Down goes Light.
He's still alive. He's going to disengage, but TNC wants more. They're going to chase down Edward.
Edward very low, dancing around so many members. Oh my God! Dominkite finds 3 more. This man is on fire. Someone stop him, and it's gonna be Zyda who does. Yes, it is the shutdown on that Brody.
The flying clouds work for TNC this time, bringing in Zyda to the fight to catch out Dominkite. He survived too long. They had to get rid of him.
So if Aurora's full send worked in that previous sequence, here they got punished hard for it.
They got punished. And this is, I would say so far, Leo, this is probably one of the more utilized flying cloud maps we've seen in Season 16. This has been on both sides now where the clouds have helped both teams on the defense. And that's exactly what the flying clouds really helps the teams do here when it is the map chosen. You can see this, right? Dominkite, he's had to rely on a lot of those defensive items even, that he's switched things out because, again, he used them in the previous fight. They still have a minute. They're going to bring it back in. They have to reel it back into this point. It's still the same map, right? They maybe got 1 extra turret down. They got 5 down now, but still both teams have 1 base turret down. And honestly, for the next Lord, it could be either teams. Now, the big question here is Aurora able to have all the luck on their side like they did in the last exchange?
Joseph, when you play in MPL Philippines, you do not rely on luck. Champions are not made by luck. Champions are made by skill, dedication, and hard work. And Aurora cannot luck into a win against TNC, not against the Phoenix Army, not with the way they're in. And Chaknu, despite everything that's happened in the late game of Game 3, and in some moments of Game 4, he has another chance to redeem himself. He can once again find an effective Phoenix Flash.
He's gonna have to go for it here. Lord's coming up in a couple seconds. Aurora and TNC both handling these lanes to give themselves the upper hand for this fight. Again, we might see this delayed up until the 18-minute mark, unless something changes here. Chaknu himself is gonna pick up a little bit extra defense, goes with the Athena shield. He has the capability to pump out enough damage on this clean 2 against Dominkite, but it looks like it's gonna be blitzed.
Hold up, Zyda's a little too far. Lord is very low. That's a flicker spent on Yue. He has to recalibrate. Mount Shocker from Zyda. Dominkite secures. Gets taken out by 3 more. I think Zyda just want to take out the Lord. Just take out the base. AOG from Light. He's going to get popped here. Survives. Yue with a defensive feathered airstrike.
He survives, but again, the Lord was secured. For Aurora, was the plan, was the play from TNC to just put pressure there, potentially ending the game with Zyda?
Joseph, this is tactical genius. If Aurora play this right, Dominkite can eventually join the Lord push via flying clouds.
He can, and it's even TNC that's holding it here. Chaknu was trying to go for a Dome and Kite. They're going to hold it. Half health on that Lord. They should be able to clear this out. But the Feathered Airstrike will push them off. Demon Kite's now up. Uh-oh, Edward?
Edward takes quite a few damage.
Oh.
Too much. Edward gets taken down by Chaknu. And now US next. 2 free kills for TNC.
What just happened again? And we were thinking Demon Kite would get there in time, but if Edward's caught out, it doesn't matter.
Joseph, folks at home, my theory is Aurora may have tunnel visioned into overextending to protect that Lord, to get it into the base and to try and make something happen, but they forgot the fact that, hey, TNC's around. This is their half of the map. We can't get away with this. There's no way.
There's no way, and they're going to find themselves once again. Off of that, TNC has basically brought it back. Now, when we look at this leading into our next objective, yes, we're a minute and a half away or so from it, but when we've seen those defensive items swapped in and out, they're all pretty much available again. So you got your Immortalities, you got your Winter Crowns, you got the little bit of extra damage here now too for Yue as he picks up a Divine Glaive. This one is crucial for that next Lord.
You know what's most impressive for me?
Tell me.
The fact that 19 minutes in, 3-Mar is just as scary as a Hilda and affects where Demon Kite goes, where Yue goes, where Doming Kite goes. All of those dudes are all afraid of 3-Mar 19 minutes in.
And I'm telling you, it's 3-Mar, and I mentioned it earlier, even Chaknu, they both have boss. They got the Blade of Hephaestus, both of them, because they're on Doming Kite duty. If they can find Doming Kite, or hell, even Yue, to get him to Wings by Wings early, I would say that's almost a mission accomplished for those two.
And there's so many ways to force Doming Kite to trigger that Wind of Nature. So, TNC, again, utility through damage, UTD.
UTD. That's either side.
It's the most effective kind of utility, just the threat of violence.
The threat of violence, man.
Please don't hurt me.
Oh, man. I think at this time,
The primal response.
either team's gonna have to respond to that in either way.
See, look.
Yeah, Yue's gonna. He just again managing the waves here. Lord's coming up now. Again, this is an evolved one post the 20-minute mark. TNC will just not waste any time. They're gonna go for it. I think you're gonna see 3-Mar swing over on the side. Whoa, a jump in from Light this early on.
What was that?
What was the call?
I mean, he's responding to the Mount Shocker, so it makes sense.
And it could also just be to go ahead and get them off the Lord. Again, they need a little bit more time to get in the position. You can see Zyda's probably going to try to do the same thing.
He's doing a little splitsies.
Yeah,
but now, the lesson for Aurora, right? No matter who dies, you follow through on the post-Lord rotation.
They're going to be forced into that position. Look at this, too. Chaknu on that side. Zyda will go ahead and take the orange buff. Aurora is in not the most favorable position here because of this. Even Doming Kite has to be very careful on what could potentially come from that off angle.
Look at that. Doming Kite decides to walk. Oh my God, the read on the map. Magic Sentry shows Zyda and Chaknu with ill intent.
They knew.
No.
No. Now leading, I don't know.
All right, Light intercepts the two. Edward as well.
Revitalize.
Dancing around, forcing the Revitalize. Feathered Airstrike coming in from Yue. Brilliance away goes Lancy.
Leo, this is a chess match happening right now in game 4 of this one.
2 Grandmasters.
It's 2 Grandmasters, but not that kind of Grandmaster. The Grandmasters of chess for these 2 teams fighting it out for this Lord. I mean,
both appropriate and inappropriate for the situation.
Exactly. Neither team can even commit to this just because of how dicey it is.
Lord's at less than half. Zyda's a world away. I think the call for Aurora is to blitz this.
Oh, they are going to blitz it. Oh, there's the flicker in for 3-Mar.
The Light AOG comes in to blind the Phoenix Flash. Doming Kite already used that Wind of Nature. No, he takes down Lancy. Down for each side. Down goes Edward. Benecuting forced to go home. 2-3 members of Aurora does the same. Zyda holds the Lord. What a trade.
And we're back to it again. These flying clouds will just help them zoom back towards the Lord, exactly where they want to be. Edward's got 40 on him. Lancy's got 35. But neither team can just blitz this Lord down.
Not a single flicker for TNC, though. While Aurora have Edwards up when he respawns in about 25, and Yue can reposition that feathered airstrike.
Yeah.
So I still can't tell you who has the real advantage. Oh, Mount Shocker from Zyda reveals where everyone is. Demon Kai wants to reposition. It's not favorable. 3 members of TNC rotating around the Lord, keeping it in place.
Yeah, Demon Kite's gonna go back to base, heal back up, cloud his way back to this fight. Again, Zyda managing that wave up top to put a little pressure there. Exactly how it sounds with those clouds. But meanwhile, this
lands in the orange.
Yeah, this is all it does, man. It brings them back to the table. Again, Edwards up, Lancey again, and like you mentioned, the biggest factor here could be the flickers being down for TNC. That might be a contention for them to be like, all right, we got to delay this by 30 seconds.
That's right. That's why they're sending all their bruisers, their enforcers. They're like, just buy time, fellas.
Yeah.
Just pretend like you're gonna fight.
Just pretend right now.
Basically, what bouncers are.
Exactly. Look at this. Look at the positioning though itself too. Even kind of waiting here. His purple's up. Zyda's gonna go and blitz this Lord. It looks like pops the Mount Shocker. They're gonna have to fight it.
Better strike from Yue. Repositions. They bait out the Mamba. Yue gets taken down. AOG by Light to stop 3 more from moving forward. This is bad. Aurora, they lost Yue. That is a major resource. All the while, the Phoenix Army get all their flickers back.
They got everything they need and the Lord. Without Yue, Aurora cannot contest this. They lose a major point of damage for their profile.
And the Phoenix Army come alive. Once an ember, now a roaring fire. We might go to game 5.
Leo, I am seeing a game 5 here. This is a massive Lord to defend against. Aurora's gonna have to pull out some stops to make this one work. Taking one last look at the items they have here. We already saw them switch some of the defensiveness ones out. Yue as well. You know, he's got all the magic penetration he needs. And even for Edward, he's tanky enough too. They might just go for a delay tactic if they can, split up the waves, try to maintain what they can on the base. But this is gonna be kind of tricky for Dominkite. He's gonna have to rely once again on his mechanics to survive a pressure from TNC. Chaknu's flicker is ready, 3 Mars is ready. Expect them to force a fight on Aurora, knocking on the base turret doors. Lord is now in the base. They're gonna have to defend against this one.
Demon Kite pushing Benny Cutie out. Town goes 1, popping that immortality. Lord still wailing away. Look at all the damage being dealt by Aurora onto them. And TNC, go for it! TNC, take us